Guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Somilandika, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. And welcome back. Today's topic, well, as you can see on the title, is: are you ready for a relationship? Why I'm doing this video, number one, if you watched my previous video, we did a girl chat, my friend and I, Abuza, and in the comment box someone asked if I can do a video touching on, wait, I'll read the question for, I actually wrote it down. Please do a video on like finding yourself in order to be your best self in a relationship. You touched on it, but I am really interested in hearing more about this topic from you. Yes, so Uzina asked me that question. She actually has her own channel called Scenes by Zina. She does film reviews, series. Actually, she just does reviews, and they're very good. So yeah, please head over to her channel and watch. I'll link her channel in the description box. Yes, and if you haven't watched my previous video, please do. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. See, it's hilarious. I'm laughing. So I put up this question on Instagram and I did a poll because I want to see if other people wanted me to do this video. 97% said yes, I was doing it, and the rest said no, which was like 3 people. What? Anyways, so basically there are things that I feel that you can't enter a relationship without knowing or without having addressed those stuff or dealing with those stuff. So first of all, I think attachment styles, knowing your attachment styles is very important when it comes to, well, when it comes to any relationship for that matter, whether it's family or friendships or romantic. Yeah, so like you need to know your attachment styles. The second thing is if you have any childhood trauma or situations that you're dealing with now, I think it's very important to deal with those things first before entering, or even knowing those things, what they are, and having a plan or whatever it came, having a plan, somewhat plan, I guess, to how you are going to deal or want to deal with those stuff. So yeah, people tend to get into relationships without dealing with their childhood traumas or not dealing with whatever situation, because some people don't have childhood traumas. Not everyone has childhood trauma, yeah, but then some people can be dealing with maybe something in their adulthood that they haven't addressed or recognized, or maybe they've avoided to even dealing with that situation. So, but it's a problem. Like people tend to get into or rush into relationships without dealing with their problems, especially problems that to do with mental issues or emotional stability. Okay, so when it comes to childhood traumas and not dealing, I think that's the main, I think it's one of the most contributing factors to most relationships ending, because I think we are people that can't really or don't want to deal with our emotions because it's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. Like dealing with emotions makes you physically tired. Like I get tired personally when I deal with my emotions, but it's necessary. You have to, okay, especially if you want to build healthy relationships with people. Like as I said, it doesn't have to be romantic only, but we're talking about romance here. Okay, so if you want to build a healthy relationship, it's very important that you identify the problem in you so that you can make means to work towards that problem. Yes. So as I said, people tend to go into relationships not having dealt with their childhood traumas or their problems or the situation that they dealing, like whatever situation that might be a stumbling block in their lives for them, that is a hindrance from them maybe forming emotional bonds with people, we tend to avoid dealing with those stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Now I feel like the problem with that is that your communication skills, or I think why trauma, I think trauma just in general, trauma realized is that not dealing with trauma also declines, if I can say, your communication skills. So I feel like you tend to not communicate effectively with another person when you have stuff going on that you're not dealing with. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense. For example, and communication is not like people think that if you a type of, for example, I could say no, I'm good in communication, I want to address the problem now, I don't, you know, like I think we tend to think that being confrontational means that you're good at communicating, which is, that's not, like, no, you're not good. You're not good at communicating if you confrontational. Communicating effectively firstly means that it's a safe space, number one, that you creating so two people can engage in this discussion. Number two, you're not listening to reply. You're not, when this person is talking to you, you're not already defensive. Like there's a lot, man, that goes into communicating effectively, and not a lot of people have mastered it, myself included. I think I tend to become confrontational, but it's fine. So it's also stuff that I'm working towards. So you see, yeah. This leads straight to why most relationships fail, because of people not dealing with their trauma. It's because the communication skills are bad. Now in a relationship, everyone knows that communication is definitely, well, I think communication is definitely up there. Like it's also the way we react to stuff that makes our communication skills bad. I'm going somewhere with this. Just listen to you guys. Hang in there. It's going somewhere. So where I'm heading with this is, as people individually in your own corner, you first need to identify, firstly, your trauma, and then secondly, plan how you want to deal with that, or plan how you're going to deal with that. And then three, find with planning. So for example, for me, I'm very big on therapy. I am too big on therapy, actually. I'm very, like, therapy is definitely the girl she thinks she is. I love therapy because first, I think for me it helped me a lot with self-awareness, and that means I identified how maybe in some situations that I find myself in, how am I a contributing factor. So not every situation I find I'm always the victim, for example. So I think it helped me with that, and I think now in my life I can kind of filter out the unnecessary stuff that I don't need to put my energy towards, and I can somewhat attend to the big stuff. You identify your trauma, you plan how you're going to deal with that trauma, and then within that planning, once you execute your plan, more or less you will sort of know how to deal with if ever it gets triggered or something. Because obviously trauma is there, you deal with it, but it doesn't vanish. It's always there, but now you know how to sort of deal with that trauma once it's triggered, and how you, like, healthy coping mechanisms. Yes, basically. So you learn that. So yeah. Okay, the second part, it's identifying what your attachment style is. Attachment styles help with identifying your strengths and vulnerabilities in a relationship, like your strengths and vulnerabilities in a relationship. Basically, there's 4 types of attachment styles. There are the first one is a secure attachment, and this attachment is basically what everyone should be striving towards to. The second one is anxious, preoccupied attachment. The third one is dismissive, avoidant attachment, and the fourth one is fearful, avoidant attachment. So I won't explain each attachment because that would take long, but what I'll do is I'll link an article that explains this really well, and also has another link inside that article that you can sort of find out which attachment style you are. But you don't even need to click on that other link. On the article it explains really well, so you'll just figure it out yourself. Yeah, so I'll put the link in the description box. Anyway, out of all these 4 attachment styles, every person has their own attachment style, and some people actually like have secure attachment styles. So attachment styles stem from your childhood, in your family, I guess, how you relate to people, etc., or how people relate to you, and the sort of environment you grew up in. Basically, you get this attachment style from your childhood, how you relate to people in your family or how they relate to you, and also how you are treated and how you reciprocate that treatment, I guess. But basically, it stems from your childhood. Then you grow up into an adult and you've grown up with that attachment style, so it obviously is going to filter out into your relationships, friendships and romantic relationships. And yeah, that's why they're important, because you need to know how you relate to your partner. So why is it important for us to know our attachment styles? Well, first and foremost, it's important to know your attachment style because you need to, it's a first stepping stone into identifying why most of us, well, if you know your attachment style, you can identify the ways you're defending yourself from getting close to people or from being emotionally connected with people. So in this case, your partners. And basically, you can then start working towards a somewhat secure attachment. I hope I'm making sense. So as I said before, I won't be explaining each attachment style, but basically I'll explain mine and maybe what I need to work, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to mean. I think my attachment style is a fearful, avoidant attachment style, because I think I'm a person that I can identify good or bad people. I can also identify that, okay, this person, okay, let me talk about a romantic partner, for example. Maybe I find my boyfriend at this moment, I don't have one, but I'm just making an example, that I can trust him and he's somewhat secure in himself. He doesn't really have issues. I know that I can like vent, I can offload, and I won't be judged, or whatever the case may be. I can identify that, so I know that. But then the same me, I will try to not form that bond, or maybe not want to vent or offload, because I'll feel that I'll overwhelm him. So that's me explaining my attachment style. So it's the fearful avoidant one, and that's basically what it entails, that you're scared to, it's basically you know you can trust this person, but you feel that you may be too much for them. So it's really a you problem, obviously. So yeah, but anywho, that's the attachment styles. And again, I'll link the article below so you can identify yours. And once you've identified, if you comfortable, please do tell me in the comment box, and maybe we can see if we all facing the same stuff, you know. So with attachment styles, I don't know if it's really linked to love languages, or maybe what you feel. I don't think so, but there may be a link. Maybe I haven't really recognized it or not, but from what I understand, love languages basically gives you the communication to explain what you need the most in a relationship. So for example, if you're a person who understands that their love language is words of affirmation, then you can communicate that to your partner, that my love language is words of affirmation, and this is how you can really meet my emotional need, because love languages are an emotional need. Yes. Feel free to correct me though if I'm wrong in the comment box again. So that's basically all I have to say about this, because honestly I haven't really also dated to kind of know the ins and outs of relationships, and honestly it's a work in progress, guys. It's a work in progress, and I think our personal responsibilities is our personal responsibilities is working towards being better people for ourselves, so we can be the best people for the next person. We need to avoid not dealing with stuff, because we tend to hurt people unintentionally, but it's intentional because we're not dealing with stuff. So obviously if you're not dealing with stuff, you're going to hurt people, because now you're going to be projecting that hurt onto the next person. The saying that says the hurt hurts, the hurt hurts. Perfect saying. So yeah guys, I feel like that's all I have to say. Maybe once I'm more grown and stuff, I'll come back with another video, but that's all I have to say. And yeah, and I hope you guys liked this video, and yeah, please give it a huge thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can get all my videos, and comment down below what your attachment style is, and if you feel it's necessary to work through your childhood traumas in order to be a good person in a relationship. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye.